Hi there, I'm Ruben. Welcome to episode 44 of the Samplecast. Loads to pack in again this week. There's no big review unfortunately, but I have got a really interesting tip at the end of the show showing you how to create soundscapes from pretty much any audio source at all. So let's get on with the show. It's like the words fell out. I don't normally feature pop vocal libraries in the Samplecast, but I had to make an exception for this one, simply because it's put together so well. This is Zara Taylor in Pieces by Black Octopus Sound, and here you've got 12 full songs in both wet and dry versions broken down into their constituent parts. There's also some great tonal effects, glitches, atmospheres and swells, which will be useful for lots of different types of music. So when I'm looking to throw some kind of well-produced pop vocals onto any track, I'm probably going to reach for this library. Do check it out at Black Octopus Sound. A quick mention for Chocolate Audio's Uproar 8-string baritone guitar. This is a playable baritone guitar library running in the full version of Contact 5.5.2 and above. It features 32 articulations, 30 sound presets and almost 4 GB in compressed size. It's suitable for rock and metal tracks with an emphasis on kind of chugging rhythmic guitar performances. Have a look at the Chocolate Audio website. I've got to give props to Function Loops as they keep pumping out sample and synth preset packs that sound fresh, interesting and are really varied. There's usually a new one every single week, and there's a whole bunch of ones I haven't covered. There's a Deep Tech for Spire, Mellow featured bass, 500 techno vocal hooks and Jungle Terror drums, and there's also a Sylenth pack called Hybrid Trap. I'm not going to go into every single one of these packs, but do check out functionloops.com for the full details. Lastly, in this week's roundup, it's Adventure Sound's Strummed Ukulele. This is a really neat little library from a brand new developer, and the interface couldn't be much more simple. The sounds and functionality look pretty good. This runs in Contact 4 and above and consists of major and minor ukulele chords in both upstroke, downstroke and also muted and swiped articulations too. If you're creating those kind of annoying whistly clapping ukulele tracks for advertising, you definitely want to check this out. Three great bargains this week, and we'll kick off with Complete Drums by Wave Alchemy. VST Buzz have really pulled out all the stops this week, and I helped them put together the promo video for this package and also a detailed walkthrough as well, which lasts about 20 minutes or so. It's a massive 25,000 drum samples in 400 kits with all sorts of different processing. If you write any kind of music using electronic drums, dance, house, EDM, anything like that, you'll want to pick up this pack as the breadth and scope of this collection is really impressive. It's also super nice to have all my kicks and snares and claps in one place, so now I can quickly switch them in and out and switch kits when I'm writing dance music. I did find that really handy. This package was €355 apparently, but now it's 75% off at €89.99. Do have a look at the show notes and click through to go to the VST Buzz website. Sampletraxx Electric Drain is 300 WAVs of electronic craziness, perfect for trailers, logo design and hard-hitting scores. There's also 11 Contact instruments bundled in here. Now normally this is $29, but it's just $9 for a very limited time. Do jump on that, I think it's only available for a few days. Click the link in the show notes for details. The guitar bundle from Acoustic Samples is another great offer from Audio Plugin Deals. This is a collection of 3 different guitar libraries from Acoustic Samples which run in the free UVI workstation. There's 2 different sounding acoustic guitars here and a Telecaster guitar. The total package is about 20 GB in uncompressed size. It features multiple articulations, a strumming engine with 130 different patterns and many more features too. It was $409, now 76% off at $99.99. Again, check the show notes for the link and details. Another mention for UVI, they've updated their multi-tap delay plugin Relayer. It's now version 1.5 and they've added diffusion, a ducking mode, additional impulse responses, new presets and there's minor upgrade tweaks there too. If you get in quick, there's a discount for new users, bringing the price down by about 40% to roughly about $80. If you've never heard of Relayer, then do check it out. It's much more than a basic delay. It's got precision controls here and a very intuitive graphical interface. There's a lot it can do and it pretty much could be your only delay plugin that you need. Have a look at the UVI or the Plugin Boutique websites. Two of Impact Soundworks' vintage libraries have been given a spit and polish to bring them into line with their newest offerings, and they've now upgraded the GUIs, put in TACT articulation control, and included the built-in effects racks too with Koto Nation and Sitar Nation. There's a whole host of other features on board. These libraries are now really more flexible than ever. Although they're still old, I do still love the sound. Check them out at the Impact Soundworks website. And lastly, in this update section, an old favourite, it's Requiem Lite version 3 from Soundiron. I've been a fan of Soundiron's Requiem choir for quite a few years now. Its original release was a number of years ago, and there's been many new choir libraries released both from Soundiron and leading competitors. In fact, 8DO's Insolidus, something like that, is out this week. However, Soundiron's Requiem is really the granddaddy of them all. Requiem Lite has now been upgraded to version 3 and it runs in Contact Player 5.5.2 and above. It's got a redesigned interface, NKS integration, new effects and improved scripting and functionality. And it's also currently on a 25% discount over at soundiron.com. Do check it out. It's that time of year again when Computer Music Magazine blesses us all with its Freeware edition. Their Freeware collection is now up to an incredible 73 different instruments and effects, with the newest one being XILS Lab Styx CM. This is a drum synth and sequencer free on the cover DVD. Personally, I don't even have a DVD drive to use this, but the download edition has everything you need too. I've written for Computer Music Magazine for the last few years, and I think for the £7 cover price, the content is fresh, the freebies are well worth it, and there's new stuff every month. Do check it out. In this week's tip, I'm going to be quickly and dirtily creating soundscapes from pretty much any source you can imagine. I've got just something random here, an orchestral recording that I've done. And the first thing to do is to smash it through some reverb. So I'm going to use Logic's onboard space designer. It's a pretty good idea to use impulse responses for these kind of effects because we're actually going to use some pretty weird things. Space Designer has a good category called drone tones, which we can flick through until we find something nice. I'm actually going to want 100% wet, so let's just push down that dry value to minimum. That's pretty nice. Just going to lower the volume there so it doesn't start peaking. And we'll bounce that out to a new track. And then we can use this track, which is 100% effects, to cut bits in and out and just fade them. So we're going to chop it up at some random places. And then I'm going to use some of these sections on a new track and fade in between each section so that there's no nasty clicks. And it works better if the loop lengths aren't the same, so that you get a lot of crossover between one and the other. Let's have a listen to those two tracks layered on top of each other. I've done this twice with different bits of the audio. And of course you can do this as many times as you want, layering different sections and panning them around left and right. There's a number of different ways you can do this. You can also take different sources, and it's actually quite nice for layering underneath the existing track. Let's see how that sounds. Just drag that track back in, and we'll lower the volumes of those two special effects tracks. And we'll actually write as well so that we can ride the effect as the other track plays. And you get a really nice kind of ethereal spin on that track. Let's open the automation, you can see what's going on. And hear it all together again. And that's a really nice way to create an evolving soundscape that you can layer under an additional track. Because the source sounds are similar, it gives a nice cohesion. Thanks for watching the Samplecast. It was a pleasure to have you here. Don't forget there's a podcast, an extended version of the show, which includes loads more examples of all of these sample libraries in action. You can head over to thesamplecast.com for more information on that, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye now.